All right, welcome to the final lesson that we'll be doing. I think lesson 5 will be it. And there's a few things to note before we move forward, and that is you need to know the differences between global and local variables, and also equality operator and assignment operators. So let's look at this first one. So right here, a double equal sign, or equal, is used to compare two values, okay? So it's not the same as gets the value, it's is this true or false, okay? Then we have global and local variable. What that is we're talking about the variable scope. So does this variable apply only to, if you're going to have variable inside a function only, that'd be a local variable. If you want it to change from here and there, from one function to the next, you use a global variable. We're pretty much going to use global variables the entire time, okay? And then we have if statements. We'll get to that later. We're not going to talk about it this time around, okay? All right. So here we go. We're going to look at this clicker game, just play around with it, see how it works. Looks like when I hit start though, when I click on the apple, the score is going up. When I don't, my lives go down. If it goes down too far, I get a womp womp. All right. Thanks for showing me that. We need to know that because when we start working variables, we can do things like keep track of score, things like that. All right. So here we go with this problem here. What it's showing us, if we call it, run it, I press up arrow, I press down, and it does nothing. So it's our job to fix it. What we have is this new command, this user interface control called set text. And the way it works is if I click on the button, click button, it will set the count display label, which is this thing right here, to up arrow. So I can do the same thing for the down arrow. Set text for the count display label, and I could say down arrow. Oops. And run that. So up arrow, down arrow. Beautiful. All right. Pretty simple so far. Let's run this and see how it works. So if I click up, score goes up. If I go down, it goes down. If I go down to -5, they have a, wow, you counted to -5. And if you go all the way to 20, it will go to 20 and start over. Okay, so we know that there's something's triggering it when it's a win or lose kind of thing, and it's also counting, not only to display it for us, but also to keep track to know where to trigger that, you know, not win screen or lose screen, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's run this one and see what's going on. I press up, score is going up. I press down, it says down. I don't think I really want that. Okay, so let's look at our code here. So we have var count equals 0. So that's our counting. And every time we press the up button here, it shows count equals count plus 1, and then it set text to count. So it's using that variable we started here and used it for the rest. Okay. Let's see. So we don't want it to do down. That doesn't make much sense. Instead, we want it to do count. And let's run that now. So up. Ooh, down doesn't seem to change it. When I press up, it counts up. So it looks like the count's not changing. But it would display it. So that means we need to change our variable in there. So it looks like this count right here, we could use this down here as well. But instead of going up, see if I run now, we don't want both of them to go up. No, we want this one to be negative. So I can hit show text and just change the operator to a negative. Or I could have went in there and actually changed it. Okay. So let's run it now. Up, down. Beautiful. Finish. All right. Okay. So now the code's a little different. Let's see, it's run it up. Ooh, number not available. And this one says down. Okay. Just so you know, what it is the variable here is being created as 0. And then the variable in here, if you put that var inside a function, which it is, it creates a local variable. We want the global variable. So instead of var here, we just want to do count equals that stuff. We don't want that var in there. We don't want to create a new variable. When it tried to create a new variable, it didn't have a number to reference, which was 0 to begin with, so it didn't work. Now let's try. There it goes. Now we can count up. Down's not working, but at least we can count up. All right. Finish. All right, free response here. So please read this question and fill it out, okay? All right. You're going to write more than me. All right, creating variables in the right place. So we just kind of saw that in the last problem. There's a variable inside or outside. So again, local variables. Like this shows here, code here cannot see or use age variable. Why? Because it's inside this function. It only lives, exists, breathes in this little universe, this little function. Because it has that word var right there, establishing age inside the function. If it's a global variable, like if I do var lives equals 3, it can be used inside and outside of any function. Okay, so again, likely going to use global variables quite a bit. Why would you use a local variable? Well, maybe you have lots of different functions, but they do similar things, and so you want to have a different variable for each of them inside, but you might want to call them the same thing. All right, yeah, like we've seen this before. You know, function, draw a square, and then size. Okay, we might want to draw lots of triangles of different sizes, and so you can kind of customize each of them. Okay. All right, let's keep going on this. So let's run this and see what's going on. It goes up, it goes down. So actually we had this problem earlier and I fixed it once already, but it's kind of the same thing. So like I said, you're going to copy this one here, go down here and paste it. Let's drop it down in there so we actually know that it's going to be going down. And we have to change that so it's a -1. All right, and let's see if it works. Goes up and goes, hey, that's right, we don't want the word down here, we want to do count, right? Try it again. Up, down, perfect. Works great, very satisfying. This program has a bug that doesn't produce an error. Let's see what happens. So that looks okay. Oh, the down isn't working. Why? Well, it's not a syntax error, it's just a logical error. See, we set text to show up. So actually, if I keep pressing, whoa, do you see that? I'm at 5, let's say. I go down, and I start pressing up. Now it's at -4. So the ups and downs are working when it comes to counting, but we're just not asking to display it twice. So I'm going again, I need to place a set text count in there, because we want it to update every click we do, whether it be up or down. Now it works just fine. Please, again, try these on your own, but if you can't, then come back and watch me, okay? All right, so what's this one doing? Ooh, up went to 1, and then down gives me an error. Whoa, what's going on here? All right, I'm already seeing the problem. Maybe you do too. So if you look, var count equals 0, and then here you have var count. Wait, what? So you have a var count in here and not a var count here? No, remember, this would be establishing a new variable. You don't want that. You want it to use the variable above it, the global variable, so we can just delete that. And then you're like, hey, it's a yellow thing. Yeah, use a capital C up here. Use a lowercase c. And then we won't really have that issue. Oh, lowercase c here too. So you got to make sure it's spelled the same way. And you're not using locals here. Let's try that. Oh yeah. There we go. Beautiful. Ooh, this one's more. Okay, so now we can see, well, it's not doing anything. So run the program. It says click the up arrow exactly twice. 1, 2. Restart the program and do this a few times. You'll notice nothing happens for the first time you click. Click the arrow several times. I don't know why it's mattering how many times I click it. Okay. Huh. I'm pressing down. It's not doing anything. Okay, so let's fix it. All right, so what is missing here? Well, you have to have the counting, of course. That's what you need. So we need the x. So I need our count to increase by 1 each time. So count plus 1. There we go. There we go. And we can do it for the down arrow as well, but I think that's just showing that point there. All right, almost there, guys. Okay, so let's run this, and we know, like, right now it moves around. Great. We got that set position of apple. Oh, skip. So we want to be able to add code to update the score when the apple is clicked. So we have this apple clicked function, And so that means we need score to change. So let's go to variables here and have it change inside of there. So it's score, all right? And we need to score to do something. We want to add our score. All right, sorry about that. So we're going to have score, and then we're going to need to change score. So that means we're going to need to use a math operator. So we'll do plus. So score, to get score to add 1, you do score plus 1. And that should get us to have the score change, right? However, it's not displayed. So you also have to go to UI control and do the text thing, set text after it. So we want the score label, not description, because that's the other part. We want this 0 to change. Oh, I don't want set size. What am I doing? Set text. Oh, there it is. So the label is, hold on. Sorry about that, I grabbed the wrong one. Yes, set text, and we want the score label to not be text. Rather, we would like it to say what the score is. Let's run that and see if it works. There we go, score goes up by 1. Perfect. Finish that. And then in 14, we'll do something very similar. So we also want the lives to go down if we click the background, right? So actually, yeah. All right, so we'll do on event, and then we need the background image. Background clicked, yep. And then we're going to change, we're going to do some math here. I'm going to do minus, oops, sorry, we have to have the variable. Local variable. Well, actually, so we can actually do lives here, but that means we need a variable outside of it too. So var lives equals 3, all right? And then we're going to do lives, oops, actually instead of doing it there, let's use the operator, let's paste it in here. Slide it in, that is, and we'll do lives, not plus, minus, lives, minus 1. And we're going to have to set the text to that as well to show up. So set text, and that would be our score label. And it wouldn't be text, rather it would be lives. So very similar to this one, except the set position doesn't really move around. Oh, continue working. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Not sure if it works. Got to test it. All right, so score is going up. Lives are going down. Oh, I forgot something. What happened? Lives equals lives minus 1. There we go. Let's try that. All right, lives are going down. I lost my set text because I clicked forward, didn't I? So lives label equals lives there. Yeah, there you go. Lives goes down to 0 now. Perfect. Finish that up. And that's as far as I want you to get. So the if statement stuff we will do tomorrow. And, well, not tomorrow. We'll be doing this on Monday. And then creating an app. And we'll actually finish up our programming next week. All right, that's it. See you guys.